Welcome back to the third and final segment of the Loveland Report and the Lone Ranger Show. We've been talking about inventory. We've
Time to do some listings.
It's up, and inventory's up. We're talking about staging and photos and doing the right marketing on a house. And I'm going to dig into some real estate planning this, but first I've got some listings. I've got a great one in St. Cloud, Bruce. This is a newer home just built 5 years ago, 350,000, 1,400 square feet. On a nice little turn in the neighborhood. When you got a turn out front, a small front yard, you get a huge backyard, like a big slice of pie.
Love it.
Huge yard, fresh paint, fresh carpet in this house, big open floor plan, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, in a great area. St. Cloud has just blown up over the past couple of years and is still blowing up, heading out west or east towards Harmony. I've got 13 acres for development in Mount Dora. This Orange County, Mount Dora, right on the county line. This property could be developed. Probably build some homes on it or put a nursery on it or build your dream home on it. It's a nice piece of land, being surrounded by new development. And then I've got in Overlook in Hamlin. This is out in Independence, Hamlin area, 567,000, 2,400 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. This is one of the ones I was talking to you about, Bruce, where an agent tried to send me a $500,000 offer on this.
Oh boy.
It is the best price. Search anywhere around it for 3 square miles. It's the best price per square foot. It's the nicest home with the most upgrades at this price. And my seller made them a very reasonable counter offer, and they came up from 500 to 502. I'm like, sorry, you guys can move along. And good luck with your home search over the next 5 years. Metro West, I've got for 530,000, 2,400 square feet with a pool. Best price pool home around. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. It could be a 4-bedroom. 20-foot ceilings in the living areas, remote family room, got a tile roof, swimming pool out back, conservation area, so no rear neighbors. And then inside, the master's downstairs, 3-sided glass fireplace inside.
Beautiful.
Big master bathroom with tub and shower, and really just needs, doesn't really need anything to be livable. It could use a little bit of updating, but for that price, most of these homes, Bruce, last home in this neighborhood that sold was 700,000.
And that one's how much?
Same model. This one's 530.
So, you could put 3% down and buy that house. You could qualify for a 3% down.
For FHA?
Yeah. Or for conventional.
Okay. I've got one in the Highlands. Same thing. Best house in the neighborhood, 539,000 total renovation inside, Bruce. This house is gorgeous. Also on a cul-de-sac. So the backyard is enormous. And about half of it is landscaped, or what do you call it? Hardscaped with brick pavers, terraces, a fire pit, a hot tub, playground for the kids, 2,000 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. In the Highlands, which does have a community pool. I've got commercial property for 500,000 right off of Clarkona, Ocoee. This is a commercial building with 2,300 square feet and a half-acre lot, all fenced in. So great to run your air conditioning company out of, your electrician's company, your plumbing company. Great property zone C1. And then Winter Garden, 483,000, 1,900 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 2 bath, gated community. And you go into Winter Garden. Winter Garden's turning into a little winter park of its own.
It is.
People are knocking down
highly
homes.
Desirable.
It is. And the little shack that was built in 1940 is selling for 400,000. This is a newer neighborhood built in there with newer style homes. So vaulted ceilings, split bedroom plan.
Right.
Decent size. This one has almost a quarter-acre lot. And then you're gated in this neighborhood. You got million neighbors for $1 million, $2 million on the lake there.
Now, and that's not a big house, but you can see it's in the 400s. It's because of the location.
Yeah. And so, this neighborhood is priceless. I mean, Winter Garden's really neat. You can ride your golf cart downtown. You're very close to downtown in this. And it's funny because I had another low offer on that one. An agent brought me that was out of the realm of reality. And I said, well, the last couple sales in the neighborhood were 500. Why'd you send me an offer for 420?
Right.
And it frustrates me. But if you want smart real estate representation, you want to help with your real estate plan, I can help you with that. Call me at 407-352-8118 or go to loveland.com.
Yeah. Get your application started online or call, Zoom appointment, in-person appointment, no matter how you want it, we'll get your application taken. But if you want to go to the website at webringyouhome.com, it's simple and easy. I was talking to one of my clients the other day because I don't see what the client sees for the application process. I said, just tell me, how was the experience? And she said, Bruce, it was so doggone easy to apply online. It was simple and easy. It even told me what documents I would need based on the information I put in there. She downloaded them. She did that on the weekend. We had her fully pre-approved on Monday. I mean, it's simple and easy. We got great loan programs. We're the biggest lender in the country. We have the best rates. You can count on us to take great care of you or your family members. And speaking of family members, I have a lot of clients, Cleve, that call me about because they hear me talking about how I've set up my real estate plan
Yeah.
for me for retirement,
Yep.
but then generationally, because I don't believe in leaving my children money. I want to leave them assets that they can learn how to grow as well.
Yep.
So if you've got money that you plan on leaving to your children or grandchildren, you would be smarter to show them how to invest in real estate.
Get them into a house now.
And that way the money doesn't get spent on the Boston Whaler and the George
the
Foreman
F-150,
grill. And
yep. The King
mean,
Lariat. Yep.
they're going to blow it away on depreciating
The
assets.
Mustang with the side pipes.
Yep. Help them with real estate and you will protect their asset forever. Call me. I will show you how to do it. 407-706-3313 or Tampa Bay 813-213-4009. You can always get a hold of the Loan Arranger. I'm right here to help you.
All right.
WeBringYouHome.com. What else we got?
I had an email, Bruce. This is really kind of neat. It shows the importance of having a real estate plan. I had somebody ask me about selling and downsizing, and they got a big house, 5,000 square feet. They want to go down to this 2,000, widower, and own it outright. And I was talking to them about, and they're in their 60s, late 60s. And I was talking to him about it. Once I talked to him and kind of got into the situation and found out he had a rental property that he kind of likes. And it's been a rental property for 20 years. And he could live. I said, well, why don't you move into down? Let's just sell the big house, move into the rental, homestead it for a couple of years and talk to your accountant. Right. But you can homestead that for a couple of years. You eliminate the capital gains because he was going to have a big capital gains bill, probably about $300,000 of gain on this property. So he's going to do that. And then with the money from the sale of the big home, he was going to buy one rental property also to replace that income from that rental property and then give the rest to his financial planner. So this is what's important about, I see so many people. Sometimes I'm the second or third realtor through the door when people are interviewing realtors. Why don't they just start with you? They should have saved them some time, but they don't know. So they're doing the research. It's just fine. And they're amazed sometimes when I tell them I don't want to sell your house. I think you need to wait, or I think you need to go ahead and rent this one. Or what about your other real estate assets? Or how much do you owe on the property? Or I just give them, here's what you will have after we sell. I go over doc stamps and title and the real estate commissions and the way you can set that up. And they're like, oh, nobody showed us this. I'm like, I said, it just amazes me. Well, it's just like we were talking about, because Cleve, Michelle and I are planning on doing the same thing. We'll eventually sell the lake house. I would have capital gains on that. I'm going to deplete those capital gains. I will move into one of my rental properties. I'll live there for 2 years. Then I'll sell that one. Then I'll move into another rental property. So then I'm going to stay there for 2 years. And my wife's like, you're killing me with this. But think of how much I'm going to save in capital gains by doing it that way. And this is another thing that I tell people. You can also 1031 out of those rental properties into investments. Absolutely. Some planners will have a fund that's apartment complexes, or it's Amazon warehouses, or it's public storage places, and you can do that too. Absolutely. So if you don't want to take your money, you got a pretty nice palace on the lake there. I don't see Michelle moving into the 3-2 with 1,600 square feet. She has no problem. We got a pretty little rental property over in Lake Mary. It's got a pool. It's on a cul-de-sac, and I think it'll be just fine for us. You don't need a lot when you're retired. What do you see happening? Do we have a Fed meeting? We got a 99% chance that in June, I think it is. I didn't have my numbers up. That we will have a Fed cut of in June, but we did not have one in March. No. Okay, so we had Fed meeting. We didn't have any Fed cuts. They said no. Okay, I didn't hear about that. Must have been some other news. So right now I can expect here's where rates are right now. If you look at the bond market, we haven't had a lot of great days on the bond market, but we haven't had really bad days on the bond market. Relatively stayed consistent for the last week and a half. So what's that? Your next Fed meeting? In March? Yeah. Well, we already had that one. Yeah. We had that one with no cut. Yes. That's what I said. We had one already with no cut. But June, they think they might. June, they think they're going to have another Fed cut, and it's 99%. Hey, eggs are down. Gas is down. Trumpster's been in 2.5 months now. Well, you know why eggs went up so high? They killed all the chickens. They killed the chickens. Yep. They killed the chickens because they were concerned about bird flu, right? Yep. So, I mean, now we just have to grow more chickens. The remote workers in the government decided we need to kill the chickens. So
I don't know, it's throwing the babies out with the
Inmates, yeah,
bathwater. Is that what that
inmates
is?
running the asylum is what that was
If
for
you would
4
like
years.
to reach Cleve, Cleve is an excellent real estate agent. Talk to Cleve Loveland right here and the voice of real estate in Florida, 407-352-8118 or loveland.com,
Got some
or
news.
Bruce Woodburn at 407-250-9144 or webringyouhome.com.
Got some news here, Bruce, on how Florida, with people retiring to Florida. We have people coming here for our weather, our low taxes, and things like that. In our state,
Yes.
with $1.5 million, if you got $1.5 million in retirement funds, we're one of the top states you can retire and live for another 40 years. So unless you're going to live to be 110,
Right.
I think you'll be okay if you retire in your 60s or 70s. So that was good news there. But we still
Great
have,
news.
when I have most of what I see, Bruce, I don't see a lot of out of state contracts coming in on all my offers. And I'm all over Central Florida. I'm in 6 counties, all the way from the Villages down south into Polk County, Davenport, down to Dundee, Lake Wales, all over there, out to the coast in Cocoa and Brevard, Mims, Titusville. And what I see mostly is people moving here from other parts, more
The state.
expensive parts of Florida, because we are still affordable, and especially Polk County. I think
Absolutely.
Polk County is probably about the best buy right now. Osceola's a lot of new construction, so it's not, I wouldn't say cheap real estate, but it's still affordable.
Well, you know where it really seemed to have settled? If you get down around Fort Myers, Charlotte County, those prices dropped. They saw the biggest decline in values of anywhere that I've seen in the state of Florida.
Yeah.
So it's a real buy down there. The problem is that for people that want to become investors, there's not a lot of industry there.
Yeah.
You have some tourism, but
Yep.
there's not a lot of other things to support it.
Yep.
So you don't have the population where you're going to have a guaranteed renter when you buy rental properties here in Florida. So I know. Anyway, I've seen interest rates really just kind of hovering around that mid sixes, high sixes, but I'm seeing a lot more people jumping in the market right now because buyers are seeing the buying opportunity with the inventory that's out there, Cleve. It's incredible. And what I did is I set up a VIP program. You heard about my refi VIP program. I set up a rate VIP program. So if you have over a 750 credit score and under a 45 debt ratio, you are going to get premium interest rates better than what the average market would give you. I'm telling you, my interest rates are over the top. So you got high credit scores,
Yep.
low debt ratio. You call the loan arranger right now at 407-250-9144, 407-250-9144. Shop me with Rocket, shop me with your credit union, shop me with anyone you want. I promise you, you won't find somebody that will care as much about you and get you a great loan. I'm the loan arranger. That's what I do.
All
So,
right. So if you
mobile
need,
homes you were asking me about.
yeah. So, and it's funny because I just asked you about one. It's built in 1977.
Okay.
Should be a double wide.
As long as it's a double wide, it qualifies for conventional FHA or VA
How do I determine
financing.
if it's a double wide? Not just by
Well,
size.
it's 2 units by the square footage. Definitely,
It's a big fat square, so it's got to be 2 units. They couldn't haul.
it
I can't
would
see 'em hauling
probably
it.
be, yeah.
Yep.
So single wides are tougher. They have to be less than 10 years old, but double wides, they fall under the HUD rule and you can still finance them. And we're doing a lot of mobile homes. A lot of people they get a lot of square footage for a lot less money.
Yeah.
But we never saw mobile homes high in price. They usually were in the low 100s to mid 100s. Now I'm seeing $300,000-$400,000 manufactured homes.
All right, we got to go, Bruce. So you want to call Loveland Properties, 407-352-8118. I'll help you with your real estate plan, whether you're buying, selling, or you need help managing your investment properties. I will help you. Cleve Loveland, Central Florida's best real estate planner. Have a great weekend.
Yep. And call the loan arranger. Get your mortgage started at webringyouhome.com. I'm right here. I'm in your backyard, and I'd love to help you or your family member. webringyouhome.com or 407-250-9144. Don't forget to tune into the Loan Arranger radio show tomorrow at 11 o'clock on WDBO 580 AM or 107.3 HDFM. I'm always here. Thanks. Have a great weekend. God bless each and every one of you.